Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Saturday night, and before I go about my business, I thought it would be fun to do a video game review for the video game section of the YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be using the Mountain Dew Xbox to play one of the games I like to play on this game the most. Maybe not my favorite game on it, but it's not a bad game at all, and that, my friends, is the King of Fighters Neo Wave, only for the Xbox in the United States. This game was released in Japan. It features artwork from the mangaka who did, I believe, Power Instinct was the name of the manga. And this game is noteworthy because this is not running off of a Neo Geo engine. This is running off of Sammy, the Japanese company that ended up merging with Sega's, arcade hardware. So, quite frankly, I think this looks pretty indistinguishable from a Neo Geo game, but this is essentially King of Fighters 2002 running off of Sammy's arcade engine with some different artwork and some different music. So, it's not a bad game at all. So, without further ado, let's get down to checking out the King of Fighters Neo Wave for the original Xbox. Mountain Dew Edition. We're going to be playing this on the Commodore 64 1084S monitor, going through Monster S video cables, because that's just how I've got the Mountain Dew Xbox hooked up. So, we'll hit the lights. And we will get down to some gameplay. I'm actually tempted to try to see if this can kick into the attract mode screen, because that really does display some of the original artwork and character designs. And here it is. So there we see K-Dash, the main character from the King of Fighters 99 through 2001. And now we see some Fatal Fury characters. So basically this is essentially King of Fighters 2002. Which was a dream match type game featuring all the not Fatal Fury, all the King of Fighters characters that had been introduced up until that point. So, we will do team play, but we have some options here. We could do single play, endless, etc. So let's get to some team play here. And we will get rowdy, and this is wanting us to put the boogie in our body after we get rowdy. So we'll do a super cancel, which is the standard kind of Street Fighter Alpha 3 style of your super moves. But you do have some other options. But that's honestly the one that I end up using the most. So that's the one I feel comfortable using here. So we have the Korea team. We have the girl team here. We have the Metal Slug team, we have the Psycho Soldier team, we have Iori and then Rugal's henchwomen, we have the team of K and his friends, we have the Fatal Fury team, the Art of Fighting team, the Kyo's dad and Shingo and Kula, Kula was introduced in the KOF 2000, Fatal Fury bad guys and Blue Mary. These are the bad guys from KOF 97, and this is the KOF hero team, Kyo, Benimaru, and Goro, the hero team from King of Fighters 94. Let's be the Art of Fighting team, since I use them all the time. And we will order it Rio Robert Takuma, and we will be fighting the KOF hero team from the original KOF 94, 95 through 97. 96 was a dream match game. And here you can see the graphics here, and they do look like Neo Geo graphics, but with a little bit smoother look and a little bit more vivid color. Gameplay is incredibly smooth. Background's got the 3D graphics. And at the time, I enjoyed this game. I thought it looked great. Not with the same kind of visual pop as a Capcom game like Street Fighter Alpha 3, but nevertheless, a very beautiful game done in a kind of a classic 2D style reminiscent of the Neo Geo. So, gameplay is incredibly smooth, as with all SNK Neo Geo games. Imaru's taking some damage there. Haosho Koken. Again, incredibly easy to execute super moves. Here's Kyo. I never really liked this design for Kyo very much. They introduced it in the King of Fighters 99, and I don't know. I prefer his school uniform. I think it looks a lot cooler. Now, the weird thing about this game is there is essentially no victory quotes and no ending. It is kind of like King of Fighters 11, where it's got just kind of a tech demo feel to it. I will say the boss of this game is Geese from Art of Fighting 2. However, disappointingly, it does not have the Art of Fighting 2 mix of Geese's music that he's so well known for, which is incredibly disappointing. And then after you beat Geese, it's just a little, some artwork of him being exhausted, drawn in the mangaka's style, and then you just basically beat him up while credits roll up. It's pretty underwhelming, to put it mildly. Gameplay, though, is good, so I don't want to not give credit where credit is due. But again, little things like having the game have a coherent ending are really important. So that billboard in the background is flashing Sammy's name, the arcade engine, and SNK. Kind of disappointed that they didn't have any Guilty Gear cameos in this game, since Sammy's big fighting game was Guilty Gear. Whip can be incredibly cheap here. So we're lucky we got her without much problem, because she can be an incredible pain in the butt here. And here is K. K is one of my favorite characters from SNK. We need to review King of Fighters 2000, because that is a very cool game. I actually have King of Fighters 2000 on my PlayStation 4, because I just had a hard time finding it on anything else, and it's great. Gotta be careful here. Man. Alright, you got him. Nandato! Now, the weird thing about this is that if you just kind of let this go, this jingle plays for about 30 seconds here, and it's not bad, but, like, I don't know. We don't need to listen to it for 30 seconds. It is not as good as the Street Fighter Alpha 3 victory music, where you could just listen to that thing for hours on end. Very nice level here. Incredibly vivid, beautiful colors. And Xbox, the original Xbox, out of the PlayStation 2 and GameCube, the Xbox was the most powerful. And you can really see how well it maximizes these 2D graphics here. You know, the original Xbox was great. It really featured a lot of SNK and Sega games, so it really supported the legacy of Neo Geo and Sega. The Xbox was not the Dreamcast 2, though. I hate when people say that. It would have been, I think you could maybe call it a Dreamcast 2 if it played Dreamcast games, but it doesn't. And it has a totally different aesthetic and is not branded by Sega, so it's not the Dreamcast 2. So I hate when different YouTube personalities like RGT85 or Top Hat Gaming Man, you know, bust that soundbite out and act like they're smart for saying it. So Mr. Karate is down, and as you can see, when you go from level to level, things change based on the time of day. Really beautiful visuals in this game. Os. I have the Art of Fighting OVA. It is fantastic. I am not doing very good as far as my health here, so we might end up losing this. And I'm having a hard time executing my super move, which is bad. So, probably going to lose this match here, but we'll see how far we can get here. Darn it! I messed up my super move, and I was trying to find a way to get it back, and that split second, the computer got me. So hopefully we can finish this off without much problem here. Robert plays a little different here. Sometimes he plays identical to Rio. Freudian slip. There we go. All right. We have a review of Art of Fighting 3 on the channel, where Robert is the main character. I highly recommend that game. That game is fantastic. Come on. All right. So this is the boss team from KOF 97 here. Fantastic. I love SNK's period of using sexy, evil Japanese businesswomen as bosses. Man, I am getting wrecked here. This is not good. Jeez. Got her. That took everything, and I almost lost, so. Os. Yeah, the Art of Fighting really is my favorite SNK franchise. I think it's highly underrated. Art of Fighting 2 is ridiculous, though. The game is impossible to play single player. I don't know what the programmers were thinking. Nothing good. Let's make this game impossible to beat. But give it, like, some of the coolest commercials in the history of fighting games. Starring Ayumi Hamasaki as Yuri. Alright. Robert's Hurricane Kick style move is different on this game, and I don't remember how to do it, which is not good, because Robert's bread and butter moves are his kicks. Similar to Ken, and I think Capcom basically ripped off SNK as far as that to make Ken more unique, focus more on kicks. You know, for as much as Capcom complains about Art of Fighting copying Street Fighter, I think Capcom copied Art of Fighting just as much in the long run. But Street Fighter is a better fighting game, and ultimately a better franchise, but Art of Fighting is great too. Got him. Alright, so far so good. Alright, here comes Iori and Rugal's henchwomen. Vice and Mature. Iori is such a great bad guy. I mean, he's more of like an anti-hero. He's not even like totally a bad guy. Nice. Los. You know, whenever I upload video game reviews of fighting games, those seem to be my most popular, and they are really my favorite types of games to play. I do want to have I do like to have some variety and upload some obscure stuff too, so, you know, don't mind the reviews of demo discs and Dennis Miller's That's News to Me. I like to mix things up here on the channel, but definitely fighting games are the most enjoyable things tied with RPGs and Sonic the Hedgehog style games that I play. I gotta say, you know, as much as I like SVC Chaos, I do think this game It does have a little bit more energy put into things like the backgrounds and the music. Although I think SVC Chaos is probably my favorite Xbox game. Because what they do in SVC Chaos, aesthetically, on the one hand, it seems a little underwhelming, but on the other hand, it all ends up merging incredibly well together. And here is Geese from the Art of Fighting 2, which is appropriate that we're using the Art of Fighting team. Geese, I'll stain my hands with you blood. He also says that you're not worth my disgust. Fantastic. Japanese English is the best thing ever. Yeah, I am really disappointed they didn't use the original Geese music here. He's very tough, though. Darn it. Man, I was in the middle of my super move. How does he... I don't know. Whatever. Incidentally, Sammy did another SNK fighting game on the Game Boy Advance. We need to review that, because that's a quite good game, too. Geese is also the boss of that one. Darn it, man. Well, hopefully Takuma can do a little better here. I would like to beat this game, but who knows if we can. Because SNK bosses have a tendency of going completely insane here. Well, there's our first lost fight of this review. Well, now we do get, the cool thing about this game, and this is not unusual for console ports of SNK games, we can get some help here. So we can either put Geese's difficulty down, put his energy at 1/3, and for whatever reason, because I took too long, it gave me no service. Fantastic. So, for the sake of this review now, let's mix it up and go with the Fatal Fury team, Geese's other Southtown rivals. Geese. Wow. Terry is maybe my best character, and I'm just completely lost there without even landing a single hit on him. Not good at all. See if Andy can fare any better. Wow, that's not going well at all. We'll give Geese one more shot, and then if we beat the game, great. If not, then, you know, there's always an next review. But I think we've gotten a good feel for this game here. What the heck? He hit me 3 times and he knocked me out. Fantastic. Maybe not quite 3, but that is ridiculous damage he can deal. Alright, let's see how this helps here. Let's be Ryu here. Ryo. I want to upload a review of the PSP Street Fighter Alpha 3, so I think that's why I keep saying Ryu. There we go, we beat the game. Fantastic. Alright. So this, my friends, is the King of Fighters Neo Wave. All you need to know in 20 minutes if you're interested in seeing how the Art of Fighting characters play. Do 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 do. The foreshortening on Takuma's nose, it works, but it kind of stands out. So there is a haggard Geese Howard from the Art of Fighting 2. And then Project Team Z, I don't even know what the heck that even means. There is nothing about the story in the instruction manual, at least nothing that I read. At least not in the US Xbox version of the instruction manual. And basically this is it. Geese just sits here and you can basically just beat up on him here. It actually kind of reminds me of the ending credits to Street Fighter EX3 on the PlayStation 2. Also kind of reminds me of an Art of Fighting special stage where you have to do your super moves a bunch of times to trees and whatnot. The music on these credits is okay. It's, you know, nothing amazing like the credits to Marvel Superheroes, which we just reviewed. How Shokoken. Alright guys, so there we have it. That is the King of Fighters Neo Wave. I hope, even though compared to some other King of Fighters, this one might be a little underwhelming, it's still a solid entry, and it's a great game to get for your Xbox. So until next time, guys, my name's Noel. You take care. Bye-bye.